Hey, this is Kent, the guy that runs Ongaku Overdrive, the music festival for fans of anime, video games, sci-fi, comic books, and fantasy. We'll be back next spring with a big show, but before then, we got some music that we want to promote, shows that we want to promote, and artists that we want to interview. This Saturday, September 14th, at Bikkuri Lounge at 1919 East Colonial Drive in downtown Orlando, Florida, is Nerd Night, and that is nerd with the 3 instead of an E. Pretty cool event. Every month Mike Medio puts it on. Video games are occurring from Gamers Inc. So there's video games and tournaments that go on. There's vendors that sell art. And there's musicians that perform nerdy music inspired by the kind of thing that we like to promote at Ongaku Overdrive. And this Saturday is a very special performance. It's actually the guys who opened up for Ongaku Overdrive. Took a chance on these guys, didn't know what they were going to bring, and then when Ongaku Overdrive occurred, these guys brought it very well. And for those who need a reminder, that act, you just heard them, BFunk20XX, and I have both the guys here, MC, DJ, and BFunk. How you guys doing today?
We're doing great, thank you.
Cool.
Alright, cool. I'm very excited to have you guys in the show. I'm looking forward to Saturday. For those who haven't seen BFunk live, I mean, you heard the music, but live they're way above and beyond as far as energy goes compared to, like, you know, recorded. Like, they got electronic video game inspired music. They use game hardware, but B-Funk also brings out a guitar that he rocks out with when they do their live shows, which I think adds a whole lot to what they have in their performance. But just for our fans who are going to be new to you guys, what kind of music do you guys make and perform?
A lot of it is, we're calling it like chiptune hybrid at the moment, where we'll set up like a chiptune song that it's a song on its own, so you can listen to it in chiptune format, but then live we just really turn it out where we got MC DJ just like recomping it, making it loop, and then I'll bust out a synthesizer or a guitar, and we even got a hi-hat sometimes.
Yeah.
What is a hi-hat?
Drum cymbal.
Okay.
Yeah, that the one that like opens up and closes and stuff like that.
Alright.
Yeah,
That for that added touch of funk.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a lot of fun. Like he was saying, we we have the songs that sort of stand on their own if you just sort of like jam into them in your car or something like that. But live, we really like to give people something to not only listen to and dance to, but also something to see. So a lot of times you'll see us like going back and forth, like almost like, I guess it looks like we're sort of like whispering in each other's ears, but we're really like screaming because it's so loud. But I'll be like, hey, I'm going to loop this part right here. And you're like, all right, cool, I'll do this, and then I'll let you know when I'm coming out of it. And so we. So
you guys are mixing the music that you're performing as you go through it, pretty much on the fly.
Yeah. And we employ a lot of different hardware and technologies. I'm not sure if you know the Leap Motion.
The what?
Leap Motion.
No, what is that? It's
pretty much like a Kinect for your PC, where instead of monitoring your whole body, it just does your fingers. And I've actually rigged up, I had this at Ongaku, I don't know if you saw me dancing my fingers in the air. I had a soundboard, and basically I would use my fingers and push the air, and that's how I was making all the video game sound effects.
No fucking
like
way. So you guys are doing this
stuff.
crazy Kinect-like stuff to make music at the show?
Yeah, I'm actually, I was a beta tester for it, so I just had the hardware, and I was just employing it.
Yeah, because I saw, you guys had the Commodore 64 up on stage, at least on Ongaku you did. Is that like for show, or do you use that too?
We use it every once in a while. It's kind of a pain in the ass to bring out because you got to bring the TV, you got to bring the Commodore, you got to bring a keyboard, and you got to bring the hard drive, the floppy disk drive, which is like this big. So we bring it out on rare occasions. So that was a rare occasion. Yeah.
We thought that was a good rare occasion to bring it out and use.
I think it added a lot to your performance, and it caught a lot of people by surprise.
Yeah, I think we might have to bring it out more often. It was a lot of fun.
Carry it?
Yeah.
So how'd you guys get together and form BFunk20XX?
Okay.
Yeah, you want to take it away? Yeah.
Well, I started out BFunk20XX by myself, just messing around with my Game Boy, making some tunes while I was at work, had nothing to do, and then I started making. What was I doing? I was trying to give lessons for instruments and seeing who was interested. And this guy right here, he's a friend. He was a student of my friend who actually helps make iPhone games with me. His student, and he was interested in drum lessons. So I started giving him drum lessons, and I was like, I actually wanted to start a band that's a separate band to this called Super Ultrasounds. I was like, I need a drummer. You want to be my drummer? And he jumped on board.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I actually would like to do a more complex chiptune band. Would you want to be in that? And then he started out as being the drummer, You were on like a Guitar Hero controller.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that was really cool. So we so like back in the early days of B-Funk, we actually had a third member, our friend Fabian, and so Brian still sort of had his or excuse me, B-Funk. That's what the B stands for. Is Brian really?
Now the secret's out.
Yeah, the secret's out. But yeah, so everybody sort of had their same roles almost, except instead of me sort of DJing, it was more percussion, like he was saying. But instead of having drum instruments, we mapped out like Guitar Hero controllers or Rock Band. I think it was a Rock Band guitar, and mapped those out to like drum sound. So I was essentially tapping the beat out, but it was it looked like I was like, was that finger playing the
Finger pick?
Yeah,
finger
picking.
tapping?
Yeah, finger tapping, if you will, on a Rock Band guitar. So it was a cool visual to see, and we got a lot of questions from like, oh, how'd you make drum sounds on a guitar? And it was really cool. But you know, we've since evolved from that. We took a little bit of a break, right, for a while, and then sort of refocused our efforts because I'm a DJ as well, like.
And
not
an MC.
Just and an MC, I
Where did you
suppose.
get
Yeah,
that name?
that's
It's
so
really
weird.
crazy.
Now the secret's out, Brian. but yeah, so I'm a DJ as well for work, and so I brought those skills into B-Funk, and I think it definitely helps to give a dancey feel and just a really fun night whenever we're up there. So.
I agree. I mean, you guys take that energy from classic video game music and then you make it something that people could just dance out to and party to, and you got a visual aspect to it as well, so it's definitely quite the show. For those of you who don't know, they do chiptunes, so they use video game hardware to make, you know, electronic music, you know, something that sounds like 8-bit or 16-bit. For those of you who don't know what that is, but moving right along.
This damn generation.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they don't really know what a cartridge is. It's like,
Yeah.
what's that? What's a floppy disk?
I was actually talking to someone, and I realized there's someone younger, and I realized that people they don't think it's retro, they think it's Minecraft. I saw someone wearing 8-bit glasses, and they're like, "Oh, where'd you get those Minecraft glasses?" I'm like, "Oh man, we're old.
We're so old now.
What's a pixel?
We're not even that old.
Yeah, we're about to hit my 30s. I'm guessing you guys are kind of near that, in that kind of range.
Yeah,
Somewhat,
yeah, somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
kids,
not old at all. How dare they?
Yeah, kids these days, and I'm glad that they have these Kickstarters for stuff like Mighty Number 9 and like the River City Ransom Underground, so these youngsters can experience on a level of what classic games were like. But that's another story.
Yeah.
Moving right along to you guys. So you guys got all this video game hardware, just on some kind of like technical level that maybe someone like me could understand. It's like, how do you get the music out of that to just record and produce?
Sometimes I don't even know. It's definitely a lot of magic.
For anybody who's into the chiptune scene, like, it's pretty standard stuff. It's like a regular DMG-01, which is the original Game Boy. I modded it with what's called a Pro Sound mod. Basically, the headphone circuit that's on the Game Boy is really, really shitty, and it adds a lot of noise to it. And I think the reason they did that was to keep the volume down, so you couldn't like give yourself ear damage. So if you actually hardwire a jack directly to the volume and go straight down and add a 1/4-inch jack or whatever you want, it actually gives you a lot better bass and a lot louder volume. So I use that, and then I use LSDJ. That's like the really common sound designing software for the Game Boy. I use that, I run that out. For the Commodore, we just use this program called Messiah. It lets you hook up a MIDI keyboard to your Commodore, and you can play it, and it's a tracker software just like LSDJ.
So like you'll hook up a keyboard to the Commodore,
yeah,
and the sounds, the keys that you'll play will make the equivalent sounds in a Commodore 64, and then you'll be able to record that as well.
Yeah. For the Commodore, though, I haven't seen a way. Maybe there's a way to just get the sound directly from it. What I use, I actually have to go from the out on the TV and go into the PC.
Yeah.
I've yet to see how I can actually just make a jack on the back of it. But if anyone knows, I'd love to hear.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
No, but that's how we that's sort of how we like, I guess, like make the songs. But a lot of times when we're up there performing, we already have them, and they're on my laptop, so that I can mix them in with other songs and other artists like DJ Cutman and Trash 80, and they put out some really good stuff. And I can't remember some of the ones off the top of my head right now, but
all the best.
All the best ones, yeah, all the best ones for our show. Only the best, clearly. But so it makes it easier for me to, we already have ours made, they have theirs. We mix them, we loop them, and then drop the bass out, et cetera, et cetera. But so that's what I have on my laptop. But I also have my mixer. He has his Ultra Nova synth, his guitar. He just handed me a synth earlier today, so I get to learn that. And a lot of times we'll trade off on the hi-hat and stuff like that. So the chiptunes themselves, I'm just sort of playing out. But when we start to improvise things like that, I know he has like this huge bank of different chippy sounds that we sort of pre-listen to while I'm playing a song, and that he'll sort of choose the best one, and then he can improvise right off the cuff. And that's with the Ultranova, or like any keyboard that we hook up to the Commodore 64 or something like that.
Nice. So what video games do you guys draw inspiration from when you compose your soundtracks, or your music rather? Because I really like at Ongaku Overdrive, the one that really got me going was when you guys had that loop for Ninja Gaiden mixed in.
Yeah, that was actually a really cool part that I definitely remember from Ongaku. I like looking up and seeing you. I remember a bunch of people just like looking up and just screaming that they recognized it. It was really awesome. It was a really cool like give and take sort of interaction that we had that I definitely remember. But I personally love the sound of the SID chip that's in the Commodore 64, like more so than the Game Boy and things like that. So we're actually we could plug it now. We're writing that song now. That's that super secret song that we'll debut on Saturday at Nerd Night. But right now we tracked a little bit of it with LSDJ on the Game Boy, so it has the Game Boy's sort of chip sound. But we're also going to put in some of the sounds from the SID chip on the Commodore 64. So we're sort of mixing these two different devices, these two different chip sounds. Going back to your original question, definitely Ninja Gaiden. The last Ninja from the Commodore 64 as well, I think just had this great sort of fidelity, and it like is like for me like sort of the pinnacle of like the sound that you can make on the Commodore 64.
What other games are you guys into as far as soundtracks are concerned?
I'm a big fan of Matsumae Manami. Actually, she's the person who did Mega Man 1. She did Mega Man 9 and 10, and she's doing Mighty Number 9. I don't know if you see on our SoundCloud, we have a song called Gambarasete Capcom. That's a song I made during Mega Man 9 when it was announced, in hopes that I could get Inafune, the guy who runs Mega Man, who's in charge of Mega Man, to see it, because I have a connection up at Capcom. And he said he would show it to me. He never really did. So now I did a little research, found her Facebook, and been talking with her. But I was like, I'll do anything to get my song into Mighty Number 9. Like I'll rearrange it, I'll do whatever you want. But probably not going to happen. But at least she got to see it, and like she responded back to me. So I thought that was
What
really neat.
she had to say?
She was just like, "Are you trying to get a job with us?" And I'm like, no, I don't really want a job. I kind of just want this song in the game.
You kind of want a job, though. I mean,
too much work, man. I got other stuff to do, but yeah, I'm big into her stuff. I really love Castlevania, the original Castlevania music.
Yeah.
Even the Metroid stuff is really good. It's a little bit more like dark. It's not really.
It's
fun
really ambient. Yeah. It's really like it's good mood music. But I love Metroid. That's my personal favorite.
Tanaka's the fucking shit.
Yeah.
Just it's all really good. But like it's well arranged. It's like it goes with whatever mood is you're trying to portray. So like we're obviously not trying to portray like a single mission on a stranded planet somewhere. We're trying to have a super awesome dance party. So
you gotta love Koji Kondo. All of his compositions are awesome. That's the Mario guy and Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
I think he actually did Metroid.
I think he did
right?
Metroid. Yeah, I think he did.
I thought it was Chip Tanaka. I'll have to check.
I think maybe both or something.
Maybe.
I know you kind of swap in and out.
Right on. So you guys have been recording some music, but I know you guys got the SoundCloud. But what's in store for the future of B-Funk? Like, are you guys planning an album or anything like that?
Yeah, we're planning to do an album that's closer to our live sound, because right now it's kind of hard selling people like yourself when you just have the chiptunes. It's like, trust us, we're actually a really awesome dance party with a lot of shit going on, but it's really not representative of us. So right now I'm in another band called Yogurt Smoothness, and we're putting out a new EP, and we're about to go on tour for 3 weeks. So as soon as I get back from that, our next step is working on, well, besides finishing the full length for that band, we're actually going to try and work on some original us both working together doing kind of like our live show.
Yeah,
chiptune sound.
It gives me a chance to sort of learn the keys and like learn the synth that he gave me, because I actually I only know how to play the drums and sort of mix things. I don't really know very much about music as far as like the technical aspect and you know, playing keys and a little bit of theory and stuff like that. Brian is a goddamn genius when it comes to when it comes to music. He really is. I mean, not to like, you know,
there's a lot better people than me.
Way to bring yourself down now that I've put you back up. But yeah, so I definitely want to sort of get onto a better level so we can both just have better fun almost when we're performing and things like that. So that'll definitely help with our quote unquote sort of live, not really live, actually us album.
Mm-hmm.
No, definitely. I look forward to that. I think that would be very good, because that live sound you guys have is something definitely special. And there's something like that in Orlando, as far as I know. Even like comparing you guys, like we have Benjamin Briggs later that night, but you guys are a whole different set of music, or different show than what he has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what we try and do, from seeing a lot of, like when I first got into chiptunes, like going to a lot of chiptune shows and just watching things about it, is a lot of times it just seems you're pressing start on your Game Boy and moving around the EQ
and bobbing your head. There's a lot of the head bobbing.
There's no need to be on front of the stage. Like you can be in the corner and do the same thing. So I want to try and do something that's more of a entertainment based, you know, exciting to see. Like if you're going to have your eyes fixed on us for half an hour, whatever longer set is, we want us to be doing something that you want to see.
All right, so where can people find you guys on the internet and listen to your music?
What is that? SoundCloud.BFunk20XX. Just type, or you can Google SoundCloud BFunk20XX.
Yeah, so I think it's technically like SoundCloud.com/BFunk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the letter. Yeah, SoundCloud.BFunk. We're our own domain.
Yeah.
But got stuff like Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, definitely. You can follow us on Twitter at BFunk. The letter BFunk20XX. Same thing with Facebook, BFunk20XX.
Please like us.
Yeah, if you like us, that'd be fantastic. If you actually like us,
help us get shows.
Yeah. If you guys help us get shows, that'd be fantastic. And then we'll high five each and every one of you. Just say, yeah, we heard you on the on that podcast. We'll high five.
And speaking of shows, just one more reminder, guys. Saturday, September 14th, Bikkuri Lounge, 1919 East Colonial Drive, downtown Orlando. Pretty much in that little Asian district is Bikkuri Lounge. Fantastic place. They got a great Japanese restaurant, but across the hall is the lounge, which is a pretty much sweet little nightclub. There's going to be video games going on there, courtesy of Gamers Inc. B-Funk is going to be doing some live music that's going to be freaking awesome. I'll be there having a good time. And you guys should be there having a good time as well. There'll be drink specials even, so you can get your drink on while rocking out the B-Funk.
I'm going to throw down so many air horns for those drink specials.
Just make sure you give the drink specials to Jorge.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, MC DJ.
Who's that guy?
He's really good. He's really, really good at announcing drink
Performers
specials.
love getting drinks, guys, so definitely hook them up.
Yeah, man, if you hooked us up, that'd be fantastic. It's
his specialty, though, his like, what do you call it?
His
super art is actually announcing the drink specials. It makes everyone go to the bar, like when he's
it's really weird.
Radio voice, you know.
Well, that's good to know. I think the host of Nerd Night, Mike Media, will greatly appreciate that. Well, that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for coming out and doing this interview. Look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday. I look forward to seeing everything else they got coming up.
Yeah, thank you. You guys, if you're out there, you better dance, because that's what we want to see. Dance and you better be drinking.
Lose yourself to dance. Lose yourself to dance.